Okay guys, so I wanted to make a video for the public. I teach classes weekly, spiritual classes, and we have our little group and we do all kinds of fun things and learn and channel angelic messages and messages from Mary Magdalene and the dragons and the Fae and all the things, all the magical things. But one of the messages that came through this week in our group, I felt like it was something the public needed too, so that's why I'm doing this. So clarity, let's talk about clarity. And I'm gonna pull a card on this. When you don't have clarity, okay, and I'm talking about collective clarity right now, okay? So what I'm referring to is you may be going through stages of awakening. We all are, okay? And through these stages of awakening, there are moments of confusion, right? Self-doubt, not understanding why you're here. What is your purpose? Why have you been lied to for so long, right? The big cover-up, 111 as I said that. These feelings are normal through awakening. What do you want to say about that? And you may feel very lost, they said. Someone does. Interesting. Every time I do this, I never know what Spirit's going to bring up. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And I'm not an astrologer, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting from this 144 as I said this, okay? I'm a Christed. That's my thing, okay? But the Christed are very in tune to the stars. And during our private reading, 3 others came up. It was Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? But now it's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Interesting. Wish is coming true. Wow. It's about to pay off. Okay. Oh my God, you guys. Divine timing. Not yet. Trust the process. Alignment. Okay. What else do you want to say about this? Okay, one more from this deck, and then there's some others, okay? So look at this. Signs and synchronicities, messages, symbols, and divine clues. Look at this. Perfect. Okay. So one more thing. This is just purpose. Soul mission, purpose, path, awakening. Okay. So you're waking up, right? We're all doing it. And we're all doing it at different stages because we've all been on this journey at, different, what do you want to call it? Frequency levels. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right. So the short part of this message is that Spirit wanted me to tell you, if you don't have clarity on something, anything, like what is true, what is not true, well, if everything's been a lie, then what's real, right? All those kind of questions. Always divert back to divine love. Always divert back to divine love. Love is the truth, even when it doesn't seem like that, you guys. Even when it's really hard, or when you're in the shadows, which can be very hard. It can be quite confusing. Yeah. And they're saying, sorry, the deck got a little mixed up. Yeah, love is still the truth, even in those moments, okay? When you have the lows that come with going through the process of ascension, okay? When something rises, inevitably, in this universe, something has to fall, okay? So you have to descend to ascend. And that comes with lows. Low days, days of feeling sadness, heavy sadness, or grieving the old frequencies, okay? Those frequencies have to purge and vibrate out. That's how all things work. My guides are telling me to bring up skincare because I've been a professional esthetician, licensed esthetician for 20 years, and even in lymphatic drainage, okay? Like I'm a lymphatic drainage specialist. Anytime you want something to come out of the body that's not good for it, okay? If I was going to clear your skin, for example, or if I'm going to help your lymph nodes to clear out, we know that physically those things have to come out of the body. You're either going to, they're going to come out through waste, right? Or they're going to purge through the skin, or you're going to sweat it out, but it's coming out. Okay, that's how the body cleanses itself and purifies itself. Your light body is no different. your light body, when something needs to go, like an old frequency, okay, it has to vibrate out, okay? So as it vibrates out, you see how the sun has been pulsing the way that it is and sending out those waves of light? And that's frequency, okay? That frequency is coming in with the truth. Boom, 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 right? And truth knows truth. So your body recognizes it right away. It's like, oh, yeah, that's me. Well, as soon as the body gets activated, it begins to purge what is not truth, what is not divine frequency. As that happens, you're not immune to emotions, right? You're going to have feelings. And so it's really easy to get muddled down in those feelings. And I know because it's happened to me before. So I'm speaking from experience. But I also know from experience that you will also come out of that heaviness. See it through. Ride those waves, okay? Wow. 10-10. Trust the journey. Clarity. You guys can't make this stuff up. Patience, momentum, insight, happiness, progress, self-discovery, unconditional love. It's time to turn your long-held ideas into action. Soon you'll connect with the right people, encounter favorable circumstances, and access necessary resources. See? As a result, you'll experience joy and new opportunities. Trust the journey and have faith in the process. It's beautiful. So we are collectively building something amazing here. And I said this last night in our class, but I want to say it to you guys too. What my guides will show me is like ants, okay? When ants experience a flood, I'm being told to pull the bottom card, hold on. Here's the mirror, 0110, okay? Belief system, authenticity, destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, self-appreciation, gratitude, and purpose. And what's happening right now is what everyone believed is being deconstructed right now. Whatever we thought we knew, okay? And we're being put back together again with alignment, with truth. And so, yeah, it's like if you were to put, hold on, let me get one more because they're saying, hold on. Okay. If you were to put this in a message, this one's taking change. This one's 0303, taking chances. So if you were to put that in a message, okay, trust this process, okay, belief systems, be open to new belief systems, okay, take chances. That's so clear, okay. We're going to have to do that, you guys. We're going to have to let go of what we thought we knew so that we can take on new information. And anytime you're not sure, divert to love, divert to love, divert to love, divert to love. That's what my guides keep saying. Love is your compass. That is your north node, okay? Love is the North Star, okay? So, what do you want me to say about this? Okay, they're saying talk about the ants. Okay, so ants, when they go through a flood, they all kind of lock arms and they hold on to each other and they float above the water doing this, okay? And what my guide showed me is like, okay, say there was like a flood and the ants are like holding on to each other and they're moving like this with the water. And this one down here, he might go underwater for a second, right? And then he comes back up. And that one goes under, right? So let's say, I don't know, right here is the water level. And they're all just moving up and down, right? But they never let go. And what happens is this one can come up for air, and then this one comes up for air, and then this one comes up for air, and they all survive because of this group collective effort. And this is what my guides want to say to all of you, okay? In God's wisdom, none of us experiences the heaviness all at the same time. No, because we wouldn't survive that way. The grid wouldn't survive the infrastructure that way, okay? In God's wisdom, some of us will experience heavy days while the others are kind of in between, while the others are elated, okay? And this keeps the process moving, okay? So there's your flow again, like water through the Aquarian age. We are learning the ways of water, okay? So when you dip down into water, it's like dipping down into your emotions, right? And you go down, you face them, you come back up. And the two are becoming one and working together. So there's this collective grid effort that we're all building momentum through to really restructure the light grid here. You know, we didn't come here to destroy everything. We came here to destroy what was false. 1010, as I said that, which was the first card. Trust the process, the journey. Okay, so I know. All right, what else do you want to say about this, Spirit? Remember, love is your north node. Okay, they're reconfirming that. You want me to pull one of these or what? Gateway. Okay, hold on. This is like a Stargate deck that I love. It's beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So Venetian Galactic Council, this is, I don't know if y'all can see this because the light's so bright. This came up yesterday as well. Came up again today in the private reading. And here it is again. The beings of Venus. Now, according to my guides, planets are not what we think they are. 1111, as I said that. But that doesn't make them not real. These are collective consciousness is, okay? So my guides literally in our private session yesterday said that everything is like little bubbles all stacked on top of each other. Imagine if you were like, you know how little kids play with bubbles and you blew a bunch of bubbles and everything's all stacked, okay? And all the bubbles are intermingling and moving amongst each other, and they can slip in here, there, everywhere. That's how dimensions work, and that's how planets are, okay? Not what we were told at all, but never mind. We're not going to let that shake us, right? We're going to trust the process. Okay. The Venus beings, the light beings of Venus being pure love, beautiful guidance, you guys. They have given us two beautiful messages yesterday and today in our private readings, okay? And here they are again showing up for the collective. So, they're saying, the message of this card, by the way, is Star Being Guides, answer the call, time to shine. Everyone's going to learn their mission, okay? Your purpose, your path, your soul mission is coming. This is a soul star activation. That's what came through in our private reading yesterday. It's coming through again today. 222, as I said that. All right. Emerald Tablet activation. Okay. Cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. And I'm being called to talk about this a little bit because some, I know, quite a few in the collective, don't understand the importance of the sacred teachings of Egypt, okay? And the sacred teachings of all collectives. And when I get a collective message from any group, Lemuria, Atlantis, the Mayans, the Lyrians, I mean, just like from any realm, they always say that, yes, they made mistakes, but they also did many great things as well. And what they're asking us to do is to be open-minded to the fact that they've learned from their mistakes and they're here to help. 1313, as I said that, okay? So it's really essential that we forgive and move past that feeling that we can't trust anybody so that we can allow ourselves to receive this wisdom, okay? This being like grid wisdom, emerald tablets being like light grid infrastructure wisdom, 333, as I said that. Okay. And the reason I say that is because I feel like one of the, I think, last attempts that darkness is making to confuse people and derail them and get them off the spiritual path is they're absolutely handlers making videos right now. 100%. I see it still. And they'll say something negative about this being, or they'll say something negative about that being, or they'll say something good about this one or that one. Just call in your dragon and flame that right away. Because we have got to let go of what we thought we knew. This is what Spirit keeps telling us, okay? So just because some person comes in and says, well, this person was evil, and they da-da-da-da-da, and this and that, hold on. You have your own soul and your own soul star, okay? Which means you have access to the Akashic records. You have access to divine wisdom. You can find out who is trustable and who is not trustable. And please do so. Because just because you stumble across a video doesn't make it true. Just remember that, okay? You'll have that inner knowing. You'll have this feeling of, oh, I don't know if I believe that. Or, you know, yes, this resonates as true, right? you'll have that inner vibe that's just like really strong when something is true, okay? And you may have these moments, I'm seeing Spirit talk about like in between moments where you're just kind of like not sure. So it's not necessarily anything bad, not necessarily anything good, you just don't know. That's when you divert back to love. Okay, 15:15, as I said that. When you're not sure, always know that love is the truth. Choose love every time, okay? And as we go along and we keep holding on to each other in love, and we keep working together as light grid workers and star beings and the Christ did and all of this good interaction, okay? It's going to get clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer, okay? And so they're wanting me to show you something. Where did I put it? Where is it, guys? Oh, right here. The 10:10, okay? Okay, and there's one more thing. Hold on, this one. They're saying to show these two. When you get these signs, okay, see how 10:10 came up so much? When you get signs and synchronicities, that's going to help you know, okay? That's your angel's way of saying confirmation. This is true, right? Go with it. Go with it. Trust that inner feeling, that inner heart, that inner compass, okay? Inner Earth is the third star coming up. Earth star being her own being, right? Base chakra, strength, security, laying foundations. Yes. Because we're rebuilding our foundations here, you guys. We're rebuilding everything. And Earth's wisdom is such a beautiful foundation to build upon. She's just so wonderful. And so I'm feeling her say, yeah, ask me for help, and I will help too. But we're being helped, as you all know, by so many star beings, the beings of Venus being among those collectives. We're being helped by Thoth and others from the Egyptian pantheon, maybe not all, okay, but some. I'm not saying that I see all of them. I see the Hathors, okay? Sekhmet is one of my personal guides. Thoth is one of my personal guides. I've never encountered any beings from Egypt that gave me any like heavy frequencies or anything like that ever. I've always had just great interactions with them. So just, just remember, so many things have been inverted here and turned upside down to confuse everyone. So it is not unprecedented for the, powers that be to make what is good look dark and what is dark look good. Right? Isn't this what Jesus told us? Right? So we, the Christed, have to remember what Christ showed us, what he has illuminated, and what Mary Magdalene has illuminated, the feminine Christ, okay? We are exposing darkness, and we're realizing that the truth was inverted. So you really need to ask Mother Earth for help with this. And I'm really also being reminded to remind everyone to go into nature. You see how they're all just sitting around the fire, under the stars, on the ground. Yeah, this right here, that's the magic, okay? That's going to keep us grounded, stabilized. That's going to help a lot with that root system, okay? That base chakra. You guys, it's so important because when you start to awaken, depending on where everyone is who stumbles across this video, if you're unlocking a lot of trauma in your ancestry, you're going to need that stabilization and that support, okay? Just know that it is there and that you are surrounded by support and love and that everything is okay, even though it doesn't feel like it, okay? I know sometimes it really doesn't feel like it here, but it is, okay? Is there anything else you want to say? They want me to give you one of these. This is a beautiful deck. Which one? This is beautiful. Okay. So the number on the deck is 37, which always represents Christ for me. Ostara, look how beautiful. the message is grace. Lighten up, see the positive of what is ahead of you, set new intentions, start afresh. You are heading into a period of growth. Stop ruminating on mistakes or things that haven't gone well in the past. Look forward and make new plans. I am excited about my future. That's beautiful, you guys. Yeah, and so for me, as a collective message, this is saying, lighten up. It's going to be okay. 2020, as I said that. The path ahead that we are creating is what our focus needs to be on. And the way you do that is get very present in the body, very present with nature, and really focus on divine love. And this is why I believe Christ said in the Holy Scriptures, do not look to the left, do not look to the right, keep your eyes fixed on me. Because he knew there would be an attempt to divert our attention. And the reason is because we are the creator beings sent to this realm to create the new earth. And what we focus on as creator beings is what we create. So if everything is focused on the negative, that's what we'll create. It's just a natural process. We have to know better. We have to go inward. Focus on the kingdom within. Focus on Mother Earth, Father Sky, divine love, all the love, okay? Focus on that and we will emanate more of that. And that lighten up message is so important. And I struggle with it too sometimes, you guys. So we all have these moments. Our humanity is real, okay? But we will not forsake our humanity. We choose to be here. Even though we know other realms and we know easier realms, okay? Our purpose is here. And we will fulfill our purpose. And I feel that so strong. Like Mother Mary, the Hathors, like they're all just loving you guys. And they're saying, yes, we will do what we came here to do. Yes. So that's it, they said. I hope this helps. If this is a message that you feel like others need, please share it. I love you guys so much. I hope you're all doing well. We're coming through this, and I send you my love.